Most people believe income grows automatically with time. Stay long enough, work hard enough, be loyal enough. Business and career success books written by people who actually multiplied their income over decades quietly dismantle this belief. Income does not grow with time. It grows with leverage positioning and deliberate skill accumulation. Time alone often does nothing except make underpayment feel normal. The first uncomfortable truth these books reveal is that income is rarely a reward for effort. It is a reward for impact, as perceived by someone else. Financial celebrities who began as employees often describe a pivotal realization: they were being paid, not for how hard they worked, but for how replaceable they were. Once that realization landed, their career strategies changed permanently. Maximizing income, as described in serious career literature, starts with abandoning the idea of linear progression. Promotions, raises, and titles feel like progress, but they often move too slowly to matter. The highest income growth came from non-linear moves, changing roles, changing industries, changing how value was delivered. Books emphasize that comfort is the enemy of income acceleration. Another pattern emerges quickly. Income growth follows scarcity, not effort. The more common your skills, the more competition suppresses pay. Career growth books repeatedly stress the importance of stacking rare but complementary skills. Not becoming the best in the world at one thing, but becoming very good at a combination few others possess. This combination creates negotiating power. These books also reframe education. Degrees open doors, but they do not compound income by themselves. Continuous learning targeted at market demand does. Financial celebrities describe learning as a strategic investment, not a credential chase. They studied what their market valued next, not what was academically impressive. This kept their income trajectory aligned with demand rather than tradition. Another critical shift described in these books is moving from execution to ownership. Early career success often comes from doing tasks well. Later, income growth requires owning outcomes, revenue responsibility, decision authority, problem solving under uncertainty. Income scales when responsibility scales. Many professionals plateau because they remain excellent executors, but avoid ownership risk. Career growth literature is also blunt about visibility. Value uncommunicated is value unpaid. Books do not advocate self-promotion theatrics, but they emphasize strategic visibility. Decision-makers must understand what you contribute and why it matters. Financial celebrities learn to translate effort into outcomes that others could recognize, quantify, and justify economically. Negotiation appears repeatedly, but not in the superficial sense. Income maximizers negotiate from leverage, not desperation. Books stress timing. Negotiations succeed after value has been proven alternatives exist and scarcity is clear. Asking for more without leverage is a gamble. Asking with leverage is alignment. Another overlooked strategy involves switching environments. Many professionals try to maximize income within systems designed to minimize it. Career growth books describe this clearly. Some companies reward loyalty. Others reward results. Some industries cap upside structurally. Others scale rapidly. Financial celebrities were willing to leave environments where income growth was mathematically constrained. Risk tolerance also plays a central role. Income growth requires accepting temporary instability, changing roles, leaving security, entering unfamiliar territory. Books emphasize that income stagnation is often the cost paid to avoid short-term uncertainty. Those who maximized income learn to distinguish calculated risk from recklessness. Mentorship appears differently in these books than in popular advice. Mentors were not motivational figures. They were navigators. People who understood how systems worked and how income actually flowed. Financial celebrities sought mentors not for encouragement, but for pattern recognition. Another powerful insight concerns reputation. Income compounds when your name reduces friction, when opportunities come to you instead of being chased. Books emphasize consistency, delivering under pressure, being known for solving hard problems. Reputation shortened negotiation cycles and widened income bands. Career growth books also confront lifestyle inflation early. Rising income does not guarantee rising freedom. Without restraint, expenses grow faster than pay. Financial celebrities learned that protecting optionality mattered more than maximizing immediate consumption. This allowed them to make bolder career moves later. Over time, income growth became less about working harder and more about choosing better arenas. Choosing problems with economic weight. Choosing roles with asymmetric upside. Choosing environments where learning and exposure multiplied quickly. These choices mattered more than daily effort. These books also warn against the trap of optimization without direction. Improving productivity inside the wrong role yields diminishing returns. Financial celebrities describe moments when they stopped optimizing tasks and started redesigning their trajectory. Another recurring theme is patience, combined with decisiveness. Income growth is slow until it is sudden. Years of positioning precede inflection points. Books stress staying prepared long enough to act quickly when opportunity appears. Eventually, readers of these books experience a mindset shift. Income stops being something hoped for and becomes something engineered. Career becomes a portfolio of skills, relationships, and optionality. Financial celebrities often say this shift was the moment their earnings trajectory permanently changed. And this is where the story begins to narrow. Because once income is understood, not as compensation for time, but as payment for leverage, responsibility, and scarcity, career decisions change fundamentally. Comfort loses appeal. Learning becomes targeted. Risk becomes calculated. And income growth stops being accidental and starts becoming intentional unfolding, gradually through positioning patience and the willingness to outgrow environments that no longer reflect your value, like reallocating effort from motion to direction and discovering that maximizing income is ultimately less about intensity and more about placement. In the second half of this story, career growth books become blunt about a truth that most professionals resist. Working harder inside a misaligned role rarely changes your income trajectory. It only deepens your attachment to it. Financial celebrities who dramatically increased their earnings often describe a moment when they stopped asking how to perform better and started asking where their performance actually mattered. This shift changes everything. Income does not scale where effort is invisible. It scales where outcomes are measurable, scarce, and tied to value creation. Books emphasize that many people unknowingly choose careers where upside is structurally capped. No matter how talented or dedicated they are, the system they operate within limits growth. Recognizing this is uncomfortable but necessary. You cannot optimize your way out of a ceiling. Another hard lesson emerges around timing. Income growth is often discontinuous. Long periods of flat progress are followed by sharp jumps. These jumps do not happen by accident. They happen when preparation meets opportunity. Financial celebrities stayed underpaid longer than they wanted, not because they were passive, but because they were positioning. When leverage finally appeared through skill scarcity, reputation, or ownership, they moved decisively. Career growth books also dismantle the myth that loyalty is automatically rewarded. Loyalty has value only when paired with leverage. Staying in one place can amplify income if the environment compounds your growth. But if the environment extracts value faster than it returns, loyalty becomes a cost. Financial celebrities learn to distinguish commitment from stagnation. One builds wealth, the other delays it. Another pivotal theme is ownership of narrative. Income maximizers do not let others define their value. They learn to articulate it clearly and economically. Books stress that people are paid for problems they are known to solve. If that story is unclear, income stalls regardless of competence. Financial celebrities invested time in framing their contribution, so decision-makers could understand it without translation. Risk appears again here, but reframed. The greatest income risk is not volatility. It is irrelevance. Skills that once paid well decay quietly as markets evolve. Career growth books encourage periodic reinvention, not dramatic pivots, but continuous adaptation. Those who treated learning as ongoing insurance protected their earning power long term. Another uncomfortable insight is that maximizing income often requires saying no to good opportunities to remain available for great ones. Overcommitment dilutes leverage. Financial celebrities became selective not out of arrogance, but out of strategy. Focus concentrated impact. Concentrated impact attracted compensation. As income increased, discipline mattered more, not less. Lifestyle inflation threatened flexibility. Books repeatedly warn that spending decisions lock in future obligations. Financial celebrities who maintained optionality were able to take bolder career risks later. Those who inflated lifestyle prematurely became trapped by their own success. Eventually, income growth stopped being about chasing raises and started being about designing a career ecosystem. Multiple income streams, transferable skills, negotiating power, geographic and industry flexibility. Career growth books frame this not as restlessness, but as resilience. Income became diversified, not dependent. This is also where many people opt out. The path requires patience without validation, risk without guarantee, and growth without immediate reward. Financial celebrities persisted because they understood the math. Short-term discomfort was cheaper than long-term stagnation, and so the lesson resolves into its grounded conclusion. Maximizing your income is not about doing more. It is about placing yourself where your effort compounds. It is about choosing arenas with upside building skills, with scarcity, and accepting temporary uncertainty in exchange for long-term leverage. Those who succeed are rarely the busiest. They are the most deliberate. If this reflection resonated with you, pause and consider where your current effort is actually going. Is it compounding or merely consuming time? Share what this made you reconsider. And if you want to keep exploring the ideas that help careers grow with intention rather than hope, subscribe and stay connected. Because income rarely changes by accident. It changes when strategy replaces habit.